is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my DVD collection for 2016 and the mystery section. So let's get started. Up first we have Along Came a Spider from 2001 with Morgan Freeman, Monica Potter, Michael Wincott, who's a favorite actor of mine, film directed by Lee Tamahori. One of these Alex Cross movies, not the best of those type of films. Up next we have And Then There Were None from 1945, film directed by Renee Clare with Barry Fitzgerald, Walter Houston, and Lewis Hayward. Based on the Agatha Christie novel. Up next we have The Black Dahlia from 2006, directed by Brian De Palma with Josh Hartnett, Scarlett Johansson, Aaron Eckhart, Hilary Swank. Not a great film, but a really good looking movie. Up next we have Michelangelo's Antonioni's Blow Up from 1966, really good film with Vanessa Redgrave, David Hemmings, and Sarah Miles. Up next we have David Lynch's Blue Velvet from 1986, my favorite David Lynch film, with Kyle MacLachlan, Isabella Rossellini, Dennis Hopper, who's awesome in this film, Laura Dern, just a classic, one of the best films of the 80s. Up next we have The China Syndrome from 1979 with Jack Lemmon, Jane Fonda, and Michael Douglas. Really good film. Up next we have Roman Polanski's Chinatown from 1974, one of my all-time favorite films of the 70s, Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway. Just a fantastic film. Just brilliant. Alright, up next on Blu-ray we have Chloe from 2010, film directed by Adam McGowan, with Julianne Moore, Amanda Seyfried, and Liam Neeson. Yeah, sexy movie, a bit cheesy, but nothing wrong with Amanda Seyfried and Julianne Moore in that film. Up next we have The Crying Game, great film directed by Neil Jordan, of course, from 1992, just a fantastic movie. Up next we have the Da Vinci Code from 2006, Ron Howard film, of course, with Tom Hanks and Audrey Tautou. Ian McKellen, Paul Bettany, really good in this as well. I like this movie a lot. I like the soundtrack. Good film. And of course I have the sequel, Angels and Demons from 2009. With Ewan McGregor as well, Stellan Skarsgård, Ayelet Zurer is the girl in this. Not as good as the first one, but Inferno I think comes out soon. That looks pretty good, so I'll be looking forward to watching that. That's why I put those two together. Up next we have The Dead Zone from based on Stephen King. From 1983, one of Christopher Walken's best performances. Great film directed by David Cronenberg. Up next we have Disturbia from 2007. Good remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window with Shia LaBeouf. David Morse, really good as the villain. Carrie-Anne Moss and Sarah Romer, very sexy in that film too. Up next we have Don't Say a Word from 2001. Good film with Michael Douglas and Brittany Murphy, of course. Sean Bean, good as the villain in that one as well. Up next we have The Gift, also from 2001 I think, or 2000. Really good performance by Cate Blanchett. Keanu Reeves, really good as the villain. Greg Kinnear, Katie Holmes, Hilary Swank, and Giovanni Ribisi. Up next we have Stieg Larsson's The Dragon Tattoo trilogy from 2010, of course, with Noomi Rapace. Fantastic trilogy, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Absolutely love those films. And then of course I also have the American remake of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, directed by David Fincher, with Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. Not as good as the first one, but still, or at least the original. Good looking film though. Because it's a mystery, the ending of the film is kind of ruined if you've seen the original. That's the only reason I say that, but it's still a good, well-made movie. Up next, we have Gosford Park from 2001. Great film directed by Robert Altman. Maggie Smith, wonderful in this film. Great British cast, of course, sort of a Downton Abbey upstairs, downstairs type film. Just really fun, really cool movie. Next, we have Identity from 2003. Yeah, a good little mystery set at a motel on a stormy night with John Cusack, Ray Liotta, and Amanda Peet. Really enjoyed that film when I first saw it. Up next, we have The Interpreter from 2005. Film directed by Sidney Pollack with Nicole Kidman and Sean Penn. Underrated little film. Alright. Moving on down, we have Oliver Stone's JFK from 1991 with Kevin Costner. Of course, fantastic film, one of the best films of the 90s. Yeah, Kevin Bacon, Tommy Lee Jones. Just a great film that, of course, got parodied by Seinfeld really well back in the day. Just one of Oliver Stone's best. Up next, we have Just Cause from 1995, I believe, with Sean Connery and Lawrence Fishburne. Up next, we have Kiss the Girls, another one of these Alex Cross films from 1997 with Morgan Freeman, Ashley Judd, who's really good in this, and Cary Elwes. Always a good actor, like seeing him on screen. Up next, we have M. Night Shyamalan's Lady in the Water from 2006, I believe, with Paul Giamatti, who's really good in this film, Bryce Dallas Howard, who I'm a big fan of. Yeah, this is sort of the point where M. Night Shyamalan started to go downhill, that's for sure. It's an okay film. I enjoy it for the most part. Up next, we have Memento, Christopher Nolan's masterpiece, of course, from 2001. With Guy Pearce, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Joey Pantoliano. Up next, we have The Mothman Prophecies, film directed by Mark Pellington from 2002. Really good film with Richard Gere, Laura Linney, who I'm a big fan of. She's an excellent actress. Doesn't get as much props as she probably deserves. And Deborah Messing. Yeah, really cool film. Up next, we have Murder by Death from 1976. Of course, Neil Simon. Yeah, just a fantastic cast. Yeah, just a really good film from the late 70s. Speaking of the 70s, we have Murder on the Orient Express from 1974. Another one of these Agatha Christie films. Fantastic cast. Sean Connery, Ingrid Bergman, Lauren Bacall, Jacqueline Bisset, Martin Balsam, Albert Finney. Just a fantastic movie. Probably my favorite film based on the Agatha Christie novel. Up next, we have The Name of the Rose from 1986. I remember first seeing this when I was a kid growing up in England. It kind of freaked me out. Really interesting movie, dark film set at a monastery. With Sean Connery, F. Murray Abraham, and Christian Slater with the bowl cut. Yeah, really good film. Up next, we have The Ninth Gate from, when the hell did this come out now? 1999. Yeah, directed by Roman Polanski with Johnny Depp. The first half plus of this film is really good. The ending kind of sucks, but still, I like it. I like Johnny Depp's performance. The whole storyline, the atmosphere of that film. Up next, we have Orphan from 2009. Yeah, really good and creepy, fun performance by Isabel Fuhrman as Esther in this. Vera Farmiga and what's his name? Peter Sarsgaard, good as well as the parents. Up next, we have Palmetto, really good, sexy film from 1998 with Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Shue, and Gina Gershon. Up next, we have The Prestige. Yes, the film I was thinking of when I was talking about The Illusionist when I did the drama section. They came out the same year in 2006. This one, of course, directed by Christopher Nolan. Two great movies about magic. This one really good. Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale as two rival magicians. Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson, and David Bowie. Just a fantastic looking movie. Yeah, really good film. Up next, we have Rear Window from 1954, one of Alfred Hitchcock's best, of course, with Jimmy Stewart and the beautiful Grace Kelly, one of my favorite classic actresses. Grace Kelly is definitely. Up next, we have another Hitchcock classic, Rope from 1948, also starring Jimmy Stewart. Fantastic movie, that one. Up next, we have the Sherlock Holmes films, directed by Guy Ritchie. Yeah, the modern Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr., Jude Law, Rachel McAdams, and Mark Strong. I don't love these Sherlock Holmes. I don't think Robert Downey Jr. was really a great choice, but I like Jude Law in those films. And I also have the sequel, which I liked a little bit more than the first one, A Game of Shadows from 2011 on Blu-ray. Yeah, Noomi Rapace was good in this. Alright, up next we have Side Effects from 2013 on Blu-ray. Really good film directed by Steven Soderbergh. Great performance by Rooney Mara, Jude Law, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and poor Channing Tatum. I felt bad for Channing Tatum watching this film, which I didn't think I'd ever say, to be honest. Alright, up next we have Signs, definitely one of M. Night Shyamalan's best films from 2002 with Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix, and Abigail Breslin, who hasn't been cuter. Yeah, just a fantastic movie. And that, of course, leads me to his debut breakthrough, The Sixth Sense from 1999 with Bruce Willis, Toni Collette, and Haley Joel Osment. I saw this film on opening day when it came out, so I didn't have it ruined by spoilers for obvious reasons. That's a film you didn't want spoiled. And yeah, the ending, of course, fantastic. The whole movie is fantastic. Up next, we have To Catch a Thief from 1955. Another great film by Alfred Hitchcock. Cary Grant and Grace Kelly, just wonderful together. Beautiful looking movie and loads of fun. Up next, we have another Hitchcock film, Torn Curtain from 1966 with Paul Newman and Julie Andrews. I really like these editions, these Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece editions with the slipcovers. Not all of the ones that I have those. Yeah, I showed you Rope earlier. It didn't have a slipcover, which is a shame. Up next, we have The Usual Suspects, one of the best films of the 90s, from 1995, directed by Bryan Singer. What can you say? Kevin Spacey, Oscar-winning performance as Kaiser Sose. Stephen Baldwin, Gabriel Byrne, Chaz Palminteri, Kevin Pollak, Benicio del Toro, Pete Postlethwaite. Just a fantastic movie. Alright, up next we have Vertigo, another Hitchcock classic, of course, from 1958 with Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak, set in San Francisco. Just a fantastic movie, one of Hitchcock's best. Up next we have another M. Night Shyamalan film, The Village from 2004. Yeah, I like this film with Bryce Dallas Howard. Really good. What's her name? I forgot she was even in this. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, Sigourney Weaver, Adrian Brody, but yeah, that girl, what's her goddamn name? She always appears as like the best friend in a bunch of movies in the 2000s. Judy Greer, that's it. Yeah, good actress. I wish she was more of a star, to be honest, because I think she's really good. All right, up next we have Wild Things from 1998. Bit of a guilty pleasure, that's for sure, but yeah, the threesome scene in the pool with Neve Campbell, Matt Dillon, and Denise Richards, unbelievable. Lots of great twists and turns in this film with Kevin Bacon, Bill Murray. Just a fantastic, twisted and fun film. Alright, up next we have Witness for the Prosecution from 1957 with Tyrone Power, Marlena Dietrich, and Charles Lawton. Really good film directed by Billy Wilder. And last but not least, we have Young Sherlock Holmes from 1986. Steven Spielberg presents, film directed by Barry Levinson. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film growing up as a kid. Sort of my first introduction to Sherlock Holmes. But this film had some scary moments. It's kind of a freaky story. Um, so yeah, but yeah, a great film from my childhood. So that is my mystery section. Up next will be romance. Films about love and sex, if you like. So thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.